With so much to see in this vast country, it can be difficult to know where to start when it comes to planning a trip in the United States. World-class cities, some known for history and others known for fun or glamour, give visitors a broad spectrum of places to choose from. The best places to visit in the United States may simply depend on your personal interests. Along the Eastern Seaboard, New York and Washington, D.C. offer two uniquely different city experiences. Along the West Coast, San Francisco and Los Angeles are both hotspots for tourists. In the Southwest, Las Vegas brings the desert to life, and the Grand Canyon shows off one of nature's greatest creations. Beyond the mainland are the beaches of Waikiki and the tropical Hawaiian Islands. These are just a few key locations, but wonderful destinations for any type of traveler can be found all over the country. Discover more of America with our list of the best places to visit in the United States. Southern Utah is home to a landscape like no other, with canyons, arches, natural amphitheaters, and oddly beautiful rock formations. Fortunately, Utah's parks offer access to the state's most incredible scenery. Zion National Park is one of the most outstanding and particularly of interest for its hiking trails. Soaring cliff walls, waterfalls, and the river running through the valley, making this one of the most visited parks in the United States. Arches National Park, near the town of Moab, is home to more than 2,000 sandstone arches, but is much more than the name suggests. Rock spires, petrified dunes, views to distant mountain peaks, and the numerous adventure opportunities in the area make this a place you'll want to spend some time. It's also a top mountain biking destination in the United States. Nearby, but completely different in character, is Canyonlands National Park. Some sections of this park are as enchanting as the Grand Canyon, but not nearly as busy. Plan on at least a day to see two separate sections of the park, and more if you want to enjoy the hiking trails. Orlando, which for most tourists is synonymous with Kissimmee, is all about the theme parks. Walt Disney World Resort, Universal Studios, and SeaWorld are the big attractions. This is one of the best vacation spots in the US for families. Kids love it, but adults will also enjoy the parks, as well as the shopping, dining, golfing, and sunshine. School holidays are the busiest time to visit. Christmas and summer holidays are particularly hectic. Fortunately, Orlando is prime for tourists, with all kinds of hotels and home rentals available in the area. The city is located inland but within easy day-tripping distance of both coasts and the popular Kennedy Space Center at Cape Canaveral on the Atlantic coast. Set on the shores of Lake Michigan, Chicago is a great summer destination with parks and a beautiful waterfront. But its arts and cultural attractions, as well as fantastic shopping, make it a popular year-round destination. The Magnificent Mile, along Michigan Avenue, is the city's most famous area, with high-end luxury stores and galleries, along with famous buildings and outstanding architecture. Some of the tourist highlights include Millennium Park, the Art Institute of Chicago, Navy Pier, and the views from the Willis Tower skydeck. In the heart of the southwestern U.S., Phoenix is a huge, sprawling city that attracts large numbers of northerners during the winter months, who come here to escape the cold weather. Phoenix is a great destination for golfing, shopping, relaxing, and generally having a good time. The Greater Phoenix area has some of the finest resorts in the state. They range from giant family-friendly complexes with beaches and water slides to small, intimate operations where your every whim is indulged. You may want to pack your golf clubs. The city and surroundings, which includes Scottsdale, Mesa, and several other townships, are known in particular for their world-class golf resorts, some of the most important stops on the men's and women's PGA Tour. Savannah is the quintessential small southern city, with huge moss-covered trees in the beautiful parks, old southern mansions, and a lovely waterfront area with candy stores and other unique shops in historic buildings. The pace is slow, and the people are friendly. It's easy to see that Savannah is a city where people live and enjoy life, rather than an area simply developed for tourism. The city center is small enough that you can walk everywhere. This is a city you can see in a day, but the kind of place where you will want to linger. Nearby are some beautiful beaches at Tybee Island and Hilton Head Island, both of which can be reached by car in well under an hour. Located along the Eastern Seaboard, Boston is a city of history. The famous Freedom Trail leads past some of the city's most famous and historic sites, making sightseeing and navigating through the city extremely easy. Picturesquely situated along the ocean front, with ferries connecting the outer suburbs, Boston has a unique charm. Modern skyscrapers stand next to centuries-old buildings, and open public spaces, like Boston Common, give the city a quaint, small-town feel. The city also has a strong arts and cultural scene, and is home to the famous Boston Pops Orchestra. Boston's winters are legendary. Nor'easters were ashore every now and again, dumping copious quantities of snow. However, that doesn't stop these hardy residents from enjoying life. The list of things to do in winter is long, and this is still a great time of year for a visit. While the Grand Canyon is on most international travelers' itineraries, Yosemite is a national treasure that should not be missed. Yosemite Valley is home to some of America's most famous landscapes and iconic natural attractions, from the dramatic waterfalls to the soaring cliff walls of El Capitan and Half Dome. The captivating photographs of Ansel Adams, the climbing community that has flocked here for decades, and the generations of families who have been coming to the park to camp, hike, and soak up the scenery have all contributed to the park's history. But long before this, the Miwok people inhabited the area. You can learn more about this at the Yosemite Museum and Indian Village of the Ahwahnee in the park. The dramatic peaks of the Rocky Mountains can be appreciated in many areas of North America, but in Colorado, the climate and small mountain towns make this one of the best places to visit the Rockies. Waterfalls and snow-capped peaks, more than 50 of which reach a height of 14,000 feet or more, make this a beautiful area for sightseeing and appreciating mountain life. Some of the best places to visit are the towns of Vail, Aspen, Telluride, and Durango. Scenic drives, like the San Juan Scenic Byway and the Million Dollar Highway, which leads from Durango, will take you through breathtaking mountain scenery and old mining towns like Silverton and Ouray. Or, hop on the Silverton and Durango Narrow Gauge Railroad for a relaxing day trip through the Rockies. In the northwest corner of the U.S. is the lovely coastal city of Seattle. Surrounded by water and snow-capped mountains, the city is reminiscent of Vancouver, Canada, with an active, outdoor-oriented population and countless things to see and do. Key sites in the city include the impossible-to-miss Space Needle, the lively Pike Place Market, and the waterfront. Within easy day-tripping distance of the city are beautiful beaches, the Hoh Rainforest, and mountain landscapes, all waiting to be explored. North Carolina's Outer Banks are all about beaches. Miles and miles of spectacular beaches on narrows and islands have been drawing people from across the United States since the 1830s. Stretching for over 100 miles, these barrier islands have been the go-to place for families every summer for generations, whether at campgrounds or wonderful resorts. Off the beach, historical cities well worth visiting include Nags Head, Kitty Hawk, home to the Wright Brothers Memorial, Duck, Waves, and the towns on Hatteras Island. The Outer Banks are also home to some of America's most famous lighthouses, many of which are open for tours to the top.